Good morning. It's a great day, so we have to speak full of brevity the main point. Well, first of all, I wanted to welcome everybody to the official opening of the school. It's been probably long awaited. Those who live will be very pleased to see its existence. The 2007 floods, I think, brought home the significance of the regularity of the flooding to this part of Worcester, and I think since then it's been on everyone's agenda to see this happen, so today is an important day. There's a lot happening in the flood world at the moment, not apart from the report that Sir Michael Pitt introduced, which has led to a bill that's now being pushed on its way through Parliament. One of the key things has been to introduce a more localised approach to flooding, and I think that these partnerships that are being worked upon have been well in evidence here today from the work that's being done between the agency and the partners who have actually produced this scheme and seen it come into existence. And I think this is going to be a template for future flood management, which is going to be particularly important. I won't go into too much detail insofar as the material that's been brought here, but I was told this morning that something like 28,000 tonnes of clay is required and brought by barge from Upton Marina to build this embankment. And I think that it's a testament to the skill of the people who've put the bank in place, that's been done with what I understand, although maybe not everyone will agree, at the minimum disruption to the activities of the local people. I don't think I could do any more than I must say a big thank you to those partners I referred to a moment ago. Worcestershire County Council, Worcester City Council, Severn Trent Water, National Grid Gas and Jacobs Consultants for the work they've put in on the scheme. Quite apart from the work that's been required, there's been some substantial environmental benefits, as well as I think some social benefits, particularly the cycleway and the potential for enjoying a more scenic access to the town, to the city from this particular angle. I think it will improve the entrance to Worcester. My last point really, you may even be asking who am I, is the response to the funding for this, which came through an organisation called the Regional Flood Defence Committee, which draws on the contributions of local authorities in the Severn and Trent catchments and puts that money towards these sorts of schemes. Again, I think a very worthy approach to trying to handle the problems that flooding causes on a broader scale, and without which I think this might have been very difficult to achieve. So again, I think there's some important aspects of community and partnership working there that wants to be retained and worked for in the future. It really now requires me to hand over to Michael Foster, the MP, who I think is going to say a few words on behalf of the people of Worcester.
Thanks very much for that. I was just talking to Leslie earlier this morning. We reckon it's now 9 years since we first sat together to work out and look at what could be done to stop Hylton Road flooding and the houses and the businesses suffering. And in that 9 years, it's fair to say there's been some real ups and downs. There's obviously the continued flooding. There's the threat with climate change for that to become more regular. There was the real hope that when I sat with the then Floods Minister, and he said to me, would you like to do a trial along Hylton Road with temporary barrier? And I said, yeah, please, let's do that. And that trial worked so successfully until December of 2007, when we had that horrific storm. But what we have learned in that process is that it's not just about holding the river back, it's about dealing with the sewers over on Pitchcroft. It's about putting a sump the other side of a barrier so that any water that does come through can be pumped back out into the river. And with those lessons learned, it meant that this barrier, that's going to be officially open today, has been constructed at a far smaller cost than the ones that we were presented with back in the early 2000s, when it was many millions of pounds and requiring construction to the depth of some 30 feet at below ground level to stop any hope of water coming through. So we've really made great inroads, and it's been a fantastic learning experience, and I hope now that the people along Hylton Road, the businesses on Hylton Road, can sit comfortably. They can lie in their beds at night not worrying about whether the river's going to burst the banks and come into their houses. The businesses can continue to invest and provide jobs and employment here for the city. But also, it's not, and a point that is important for Worcester, it's not just Hylton Road that benefits, it's the whole of the city. Because whenever Hylton Road flooded, the first thing that the authorities did was to close off the road. And the whole place then became gridlocked. So everybody who comes into Worcester, lives in Worcester, will also get the benefit of this particular flood defence scheme. So thanks to those who have been party to it. It's a real signal that government, and I mean the public sector, can be a real force for good, because it's public funding that has enabled this to happen and these defences to be in place. So a big thank you to all those who have been involved in the construction. 28,000 tonnes of clay is a huge amount, and it's been done in an environmentally friendly way as well, so all credit to those people who planned that. And it just gives me pleasure to hand over to Lesley now, who I think is going to say a few words about the residents' perspective and what this flood defence barrier will mean for them. So thank you to one and all.